Hey guys, this is Alex703 Rockstar. I am back for the second time in 2 days, a true rarity in the history of this channel. And I'm here to review the Prototype EP by Suus. Suus is a 15 or 16-year-old rapper from Newcastle in the UK. And he's been famous for, stepping it up in the battle scene. I'll link his battle versus Innuendo, where he's faced sort of very stiff competition and done an excellent job. And here he is releasing an EP at a very young age. He may be younger than me. That would scare me a little. But anyway, this EP, I'm going to come off the bat and say I did not really like this EP very much. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard, but I did not like it very much. My main problem with this EP is it seems like because of the recognition he's getting at being a good battler, he feels forced to make music when he's really not ready to do so. And you can hear it in his verses. He has good structured, well-structured rhyme schemes, a decent flow. His delivery isn't bad, although none of them are outstanding. But it just seems like he has nothing to say. It's quite the opposite of Endless's album, which seemed like sort of years and years of toil going into this piece of work. This seems like he's just forcing sort of this braggadocio, and sort of, battle verses, I guess. And it just seems all very unnecessary. He has a couple good lines about being tougher than an elephant's knee, about there's no way in hell that heaven exists, but it all seems like it's been done better before, and he does it with a remarkably little amount of brio, and it really just, this falls completely flat lyrically. Another reason for this is that the beats are mixed so high that you can barely hear his voice. Even when he double tracks his voice at the end of each line or each couple of bars, it's not double tracked well. It sounds as if another person is speaking rather than placing emphasis on the end of the bar, which is what it should be doing. That being said, the beats on here are the big saving grace, because the beats, which are produced by him, I believe, are excellent. They're very, very good. He has a very good sense of using sort of yearning and melancholic horns to counteract some very funky and deep bass lines. The bass even sounds live on a couple of songs, although I'm not sure that it is. I wouldn't, don't hold me to that statement. So the beats are excellent. The drums kick nicely. It has a nice, the cymbals sound extremely nice. However, they are also held back by the use of sampling in two of the songs, Hell on Earth and the last track, Hero, which, I was talking yesterday about how Endless uses, or Ido uses, meaningful samples. These are not meaningful samples. These seem like he feels like he had to use a sample to put them in there. And they both really kill the song. Yeah. So, but I don't want to take anything away from the production, because he's a super talented producer. And I will say that the chorus on Ha Ha is pretty good. It has a nice little catchy flow to it. But other than that, I just don't think he needs to be making music and I really don't like to pass that judgment on someone, because he could comment on here and say, I really don't think you need to be making reviews at this point, and it's like, all right. But I don't think he's ready to make music yet, and therefore I can't really give this album a good score. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 10. I really did not like it. And one thing about album scores, I have to say, it's, giving numbers to music is actually the most ridiculous thing. I've been thinking about this, and it really is silly. Because, music affects people in such different ways depending on what they've gone through. I had a debate on the train with this guy, and after Recovery by Eminem came out, and I still hate that album. Or I guess it has some positives, but there are a lot of things I don't like about that album. And he loved it, and he was telling me it's because I hadn't gone through this experiences and all this stuff. And you know, although I still don't like the album, it affects people in different ways depending on what they've gone through. So giving scores to music is a silly thing, and the reason I do it is only to keep a list in my mind of what I like more than other things. So I give this a 2.5 out of 10. Someone else could give it a 6, a 7 out of 10. But the point is that I give it a 2.5 to judge how much, say, I liked Endlish's album more than this, which I liked a lot more than this. So anyway, just sort of to keep an order in my mind. I used to inflate scores a lot on my reviews. I used to be like, wow, I like this guitar, 10. But it really doesn't matter that much, because as long as you have the order of how much you like things, it all works out. Anyway, I feel terrible giving such a low score, but I have to. Alright, see you later. 2.5 out of 10. Peace.